Are we live for that? And we're live. Hello, everyone. Hello. We're going to talk about Sargon today. Let's play the intro vid.
Britain is one of the greatest countries in the history of the world. We're the country of Shakespeare, the steam engine. You defeated Napoleon. You destroyed the slave trade. My country, America, became great as it is because of what we inherited from you, from Britain.
Gets me every time. Love it. Absolutely love it. How's it going, mate? How's it going, Flynn? You got a bit of a cold, but thanks for coming on the show anyway.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Nice to talk to you, and I hope the audience is doing all right too.
Yeah. So we're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna talk about Sargon. Let's share the video. Let's share the video. We all know the video. This dropped last night. Bush. I think my hot take. I've just rewatched it. I watched it last night. I think, just give you my take. We're gonna say a lot of things today, but we're gonna talk about restore and reform and the whole thing. But my hot take, right at the beginning, is that if you go to this section of the video, like 10, 11 minutes, basically, Sargon is making the point. I think Sargon's like half right and half wrong. Basically, Sargon is making the point here. He's making a point about ideology, and he's saying that you can't expect ideological purity. Stop expecting Rupert Lowe to say he's an ethno-nationalist and blah 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 blah. And I mean, this is the thing which I said right at the beginning when the party started. Right at the beginning, it was very, very obvious there was going to be this clash of opinion. And my take right at the beginning, 4 months ago, 5 months ago, whatever it was, my take right at the beginning was that we need a moderate English ethnic nationalism so that we can get everybody on board. So that Steve Laws can agree with Sargon and Sargon can agree with Rupert Lowe and everybody agrees with everybody else, and then we can move forwards. That was my and I don't think that's unreasonable, because what would be a moderate English ethnic nationalism? Well, all you have to say is we want England to be majority white, which I think is fair. I think it's reasonable. I think Rupert Lowe would be on board with it. I think all the boomers on Facebook would be on board with it, and I think I think Steve Laws would be on board with it. Now, obviously, Steve Laws wants to kick them all out, but I think he would be happy to say, well, I'm a fellow traveller and we're walking along the same road together. But instead of doing that, Sargon has declared that there's no such thing as nationalism, which is completely retarded. And Rupert Lowe's come out and said he hates ethno-nationalists. And it's like, well, mate, you hate us. And so you are attacking your base. You're attacking the people that are out on the streets delivering leaflets. You're attacking the people that are supporting you on Twitter. You're attacking your base, and it's just insane. Like, you shouldn't be doing this. This is just huge brain fart snipping. So I mean, like I say, like. So now Sargon's coming out and he's basically bashing the neo-Nazis, which I understand. I don't like the neo-Nazis either. But you've got to find a middle ground, an ideology that everybody can agree upon. And maybe they disagree on some points, but they agree on a middle ground. Because that's what all an ideology is. It's a flag. You wave the flag and people follow the flag. And if you don't have that flag, everything's going to fall to pieces. And so now here we have, 5 months later, basically Sargon has transformed into Hillary Clinton, and he's calling his base a basket of deplorables. And he's banging on saying, like, how giving examples like Keir Starmer kicking Jeremy Corbyn out of the Labour Party with this fucking smug look on his face, and he's just like, yeah, we're going to kick you out. We've used you, we've pumped you, and now we're going to dump you. And it's such an insult. And it could so easily have been avoided if this guy wasn't such a fucking intellectual idiot, like such a fucking big-brained moron, that he goes on the internet and says, oh, nationalism isn't real, it doesn't exist. All this fucking guy had to do, his one fucking job was to figure out a way to get these two groups to work together so they would agree with each other. That's all he had to fucking do. But instead he's taken the high road, he's taken the elitist road, and he's shitting on his base. The guy's a fucking moron. So that's my take.
Well, it was quite an epic opening, Brutus, and I think you've pretty much covered everything I've got to say, so we'll have to call it a night. No, look, I totally agree. The one thing I'll say, and I'm just going to unload this up front just so we can sort of clear the air between us two, is what you're sort of feeling now is what the likes of myself, SJJ, even Harry and Jonathan Bowden-Coates were feeling, because, and the audience might not know this, but I've had Sargon, I'm in day 2 of Sargon trying to get the better of me on Twitter for some reason, and I've had his sycophants in my mentions trying to make the case for electing reform, basically. You know, Sargon is using the same talking points that I was using 4 months ago to try to justify why he should get on board with reform.
People are complaining about your audio, mate. Sorry to interrupt, but they're complaining about your audio in the chat. So maybe if you could just turn it up on your computer. You don't have to speak louder, but just turn your audio up to like 100 or whatever. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah.
Yeah, I apologise to the chat too. I've had the flu this week, so that's not going to help. We'll do what we can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know, what do you want to do, mate? Do you want to watch the video? Actually, before we watch the video, I just want to try to position it a little bit, and for yourself and the audience, as we watch this, get fucked. As we watch this, I'm trying to think. I've been trying to think of what would be the trigger for Carl to come out and shit all over the base like this. The two working theories I've got at the moment, and I'm not sure which one is correct or not, is either Rupert's made the point about hating ethno-nationalists a week or so ago, and the Alistair Harrison Downs faction within the party are using this as an excuse to try to purge undesirables from the ranks, or they were disappointed with the result at Makerfield, and they realise that they need to tack slightly to the left in terms of policy, and they're trying to deal with the inevitable ethno-nationalist backlash up front. So I'm not sure I'm not saying either of those theories are right, but as you watch this video, it would be interesting to see if Sargon's hinting at either of those two things.
Well, I didn't want to rewatch the whole video. I mean, I just thought, well, I mean, it's just this point, because he faffs around and he gets to it like around about here.
People will just come down and say, no, we're not doing that. And the thing is, I've seen the most ridiculous posts, man. Like this chap Arnold posted a really sensible post. Really sensible. Restore isn't...
So he says this guy's a sensible post, but this guy is saying Restore isn't a hardline ethno-nationalist. Restore is the home of nationalism and nativism and localism. Sargon here says that he agrees with these things, but he comes out and makes a video saying there's no such thing as nationalism. And it's just like, mate, like this is literally Sargon's job. This is his job. He is the intellectual big brain behind this movement. He's the guy that runs the Lotus Eaters. He's the guy that all the, the younger, he's got a whole crowd of people behind him working for him, by the way. So they can't really disagree with him, because then they can disagree with him a little bit, but maybe they don't want to lose their job at the Lotus Eaters. This is his job. And he's fucked it up by saying nationalism doesn't exist.
Well, that's partially in response. So when Lowe put his foot in his mouth and disavowed half his base, if you recall, it was Harrison Pitt that came out with some attempted spin around ethno-nationalism being a left-wing term, and don't fall into their traps and all this kind of stuff. And it was ever since then that Carl started running around. If you look through his posts, he says magic words every second post. So he's sort of taken Pitt's point and he's sort of running with it, right? So he's trying to, in his mind, he's trying to brazen his way through and sort of recontextualize a word that we've been using for over 10 years now, at least in our space, to tell us all that it doesn't exist and you're silly for believing in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm a nationalist, and now you're telling me nationalism. Like it's like you're literally saying your nation doesn't exist. Like I've been trying to push ethno-nationalism on the internet for 10 years, and then Sargon comes along and he's like, "Well, there's no such thing as nationalism." It's like, well, fuck off, mate. Like, jog on. Yeah. What are you talking about? You absolute cocksucking cunt. It's just unbelievable.
Mr. Big Brain should understand as well, even if that stuff about the left-wing definition of ethno-nationalism coming into being in like the 40s or whatever it was, that's very different to the way we use it today. And the way we use it today is what's important.
Yeah, I mean, there's another school of people who say. So I met someone on the internet and they were just saying like, oh, you shouldn't even use the word ethno-nationalist. You should just use the word nationalist because that means ethno-nationalist, because the word nation comes from nacer, and nacer means to be born, and so the word within the word is. I mean, if you look at the way the word is used in the Bible, it's used in an ethno-nationalist way. So I mean, you could make that argument, but the thing is, these are not the rules of the game that we're playing right now. This is just not the way the word is used these days. So you have to be aware of time, place, and circumstance. You have to be aware that we're living in 2026, not 1726 or whatever. And there is a distinction between civic nationalism and ethno-nationalism, and you have to pick a side. That's just the rules of the game.
And look, I suppose I don't have a dog in the restore fight, so to speak, but I suppose my objection to this is, and I've just made this point on Twitter as well, is what's objectionable about what he's doing is that he's not allowed to make this argument, right? Because he converted his entire media operation into one giant racist dog whistle for the last 4 months.
Yeah.
Right. In order to attract the very people that he's disavowing and insulting, frankly, right at this moment. So
yeah,
there's either a lack of self-awareness or just plain arrogance to this. But what the entire recruiting strategy of Restore was to signal or dog whistle that they're an ethno-nationalist party.
Yeah.
So that's
absolutely. No, I'm just trying.
It's a rug pull. It's one of the worst rug pulls I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I'm finding the thing right now because I've been. Let's take a look at this fucking video again. Let's just see, like, here we go. What a great video it was.
I have chosen to speak to you today from the farm because places like this represent what proper Britain is about. Hard work, responsibility, effort, duty, stewardship. This is the England I know. And this is the England that I love. On a farm, you don't think in election cycles or headlines or polling. You think in seasons. You think in generations, in what you leave behind to those who come after you. And that's why, here on the farm, I am now launching Restore Britain as a national political party. I'm now going to dedicate my life to finding, organising, funding, and providing hundreds of qualified candidates to present to the British people at the next general election. This process has already started, with invitations being issued to patriots in aligned political parties, Reform, the Conservatives, the SDP, Advance, and more. In local politics, we will work in partnership with localised political parties, such as Great Yarmouth First, that have the best interests of their residents at heart, combining our forces at the next general election. The men and women standing for Restore in that election will not be politicians. I promise you that. They will not be failed ministers. They will not be tainted by failures of the past. They will be from business, from the military, from science.
So I never noticed this before, how he contradicts himself.
Industry.
Because he says he's giving out invitations to other parties.
He
Every
mate,
single one will be from well outside the existing political establishment, and every single one will understand
Just
the
hit pause
difficult
for me, mate.
decisions that need.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
You know, I was just about to say that. Like, you know, I've made this point in the past, but you know, like you were saying, he's going to invite people in from the Tories and Reform and all these other so-called, what we're led to believe now are tainted parties.
Yeah.
And then he shits all over him, like within about 10 seconds of the same video.
Yeah.
So you
I mean,
this video, when you watch this video, it must seem like a million years ago now. But you're probably watching this with a slightly more critical lens that you're viewing this through now. So
well, I never agreed with this idea that it shouldn't have any ex-politicians. I never agreed with it, and right at the beginning I said never agreed with it. But then it was just such a rush. I was just like, okay, let's just go with the flow here, Brutus. Like, let's just get on board this thing, and you know what I mean. But I mean. Yeah, I mean that's politics, isn't it? Like you got to go with the mob a little bit. So yeah, but I mean because the way I see it, like if you're saying you're not going to have any politicians from the other parties, you're isolating yourself, because the game should have been to steal Nigel's politicians. That's what the game should have been. They should have stolen that guy. I can't remember the guy they kicked out. He's still sitting there in Parliament as an independent. They should have stolen that guy.
James McMurdoch or something.
Yeah, they should have stolen that guy straight away. I don't know why they didn't, and they should have stolen a few party members.
No, he's going to be rejoining Reform. So that was done on a wink and a nod because he had some investigation he had to get through. But he's been very supportive of Reform ever since. So he was never going to join Restore.
Well, anyway, that's the way I thought, because the idea was like take people from Nigel's gang and get them onto our gang, but whatever, you know, whatever.
Be taken, because there are no easy fixes. I'm not going to tell you comforting lies about the condition of our country. I have only ever been honest with the British people, and I will be straight with you now. What is necessary will be incredibly painful. But for the first time in a very long time, voters will have a genuine alternative which is truthful with them about the scale of what now has to be done. The first priority is to control who comes to our country, and more importantly, who stays in our country. Restore Britain will not just stop mass immigration, we will reverse it.
Yeah. Okay.
Every single illegal migrant will be securely detained and then deported. The message will be unrelenting. If you are in this country without our permission, you will be removed.
So I don't know, it's like, well, mass immigration is actually legal immigration, so it's not just the legal, anyway, whatever.
For the foreseeable future, far more people must leave Britain than arrive. If a foreign national is unable to speak English, lives in social housing, claims benefits, refuses to work, fails to integrate, commits crime, or even actively hates our way of life and wishes to do us harm, then they must leave or be made to leave. Restore Britain will make our communities safe again for women and children. That I promise you. If that means millions go, then millions go. We're constantly told that the economy needs vast swathes of low-skilled migrants. We know that's simply not true. What we need is to get millions of healthy Brits back into work. A radical overhaul of how welfare is delivered. Protecting those in genuine need, but not funding healthy shirkers to live off the back of hard-working men and women. If you can work, you must work. It really is that simple. Restore Britain will be abundantly clear. If you consistently refuse work, then you will lose your benefits. We will punish indolence, and more importantly, we will reward success. We will provide vast economic incentives for men and women to start businesses.
Here we go, this is the bit.
Britain is not just an economy. Britain is not just an idea. Britain is not just a passport. Britain is a nation. Britain is a people.
There you go.
Our
That's the fucking thing I was looking for. Jesus, I knew it was in there. So, I lost Flynn. Oh, we lost Flynn somewhere along the line. Oh, yeah. I found the bit finally. Sorry, we've got 37 people. Sorry that took some time, but here we go. This is it. Britain is a people, our people. That's an ethno-nationalist statement.
Yeah.
That's what that is. He's not saying I'm an ethno-nationalist, but he's saying Britain is a people, our people. How else are you supposed to interpret that? And then he goes on an interview and he says, "Oh, I despise ethno-nationalists." Like, fuck you, mate. Fuck off. Jog on.
Well, I don't know how much, like, he'd occasionally appear on different radio shows and they'd gently sort of prodded him, but he's largely done, up until Makerfield, he's largely done friendly media interviews. So he's never really been tested on that, but, like, that, to me, that's a dog whistle. And, yeah, I don't know. Look, this doesn't come as news to me, mate, as we've been arguing about for quite some time, but, yeah, I'm sure it's disappointing for yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, my whole take on it, I was simply hopeful that they would do something. That's it. I mean, I'm just kind of like a cup half full kind of guy, and I thought, well, you know, finally, we've got something serious that you can get our teeth into, and I just naively hoped that Rupert and Sargon and Steve Laws would be able to work together as a team to build something, but they haven't. What we're getting now is the same snobby attitude that we always get from the political leaders, in that they don't want to talk to their base. I mean, this is the other thing about the Sargon video. He won't sit down. I mean, to be fair, he's talking to them on Twitter, so that's something, but he won't sit down and talk to them. Like, he won't do the Steve Laws interview. Okay, he got Dan Tubbs to do the interview with Steve Laws, but he won't sit down and talk.
6 degrees of separation. That was the ploy there by getting Dan to do it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, you know, Steve, you're a bit dodgy, a little bit grubby, a little bit working class, a little bit of a neo-Nazi. Don't want to talk to you. You know, like, it's just this snobby, stuck up. Kick the ethno-nationalist in the face kind of attitude, like, we're going to use you, and oh, look, you should be grateful that we haven't kicked you out of the party, Steve. Like,
play the last 20 seconds of Sargon's video. It's fucking wild. Just
really?
The arrogance dripping off it.
Okay, I'll have to find it. I think I didn't watch the last 20 seconds, but let me find that. Daily Sargon, isn't it?
Basically, he characterizes we call him the F-Nats on Twitter as the Vanguard, and Vanguards are disposable. He actually says that.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's like, how are people? And this is the point that you made. On Twitter, it's just like, how are people, like, if you're going to use them as a disposable vanguard, you should at least keep them happy. Do you know what I mean? Like, if that's your brilliant Machiavellian plan, you should at least try to keep your disposable vanguard happy. You shouldn't be like shitting in their faces and telling them, like, literally telling them that you're going to pump them and dump them, Sargon. Like, for God's sake, man.
It shows personal security.
Like, you just play that, mate. I'll find something in the background. Yeah.
Security in your own beliefs, frankly. And I'm just tired of it. I'm just really tired of it. This is the only video on this I'm going to make, or I'm planning to make anyway. And I'm sure I'm going to get loads of people being really angry, but you know what? I don't care. I just don't care. It's not going to change my mind, because I can see how these things work. I can see it on the back end, I can see it on the front end, I can see it on the abstract side on Twitter. I can see the whole fucking field, and I'm telling you, you are a small group of people who are just making a nuisance of yourselves for your own vanity. This is about your own egos. Wow. Desperately trying to get everyone to be like, no, agree with me, therefore I am validated. No. If you can't understand what role you play, I've got no interest in dealing with you. And it would be better, I mean, AA said this in his video the other day. Honestly, it'd probably be better if you just fucked off. I don't want to tell you to fuck off, right? I'm not trying to say, we have to get rid of the ethnos or anything like that. But you have to know your place and being the core part of the party, isn't it? You're the vanguard, and every
He's telling them to fuck off. Just
well,
literally.
The rest of it, it's just about to finish, but he actually says the word disposable.
God is disposable.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'll read you through a couple of tweets, right, so the audience can appreciate it. So in response to a post of mine, he replied to me saying, "Every vanguard is disposable. That is what a vanguard is. A force that goes ahead of the army to trigger traps, ambushes, get the enemy to reveal its nature and scale so that the body of the army has time to prepare for the battle proper." To which I replied to him, and this is a question that he is refusing to answer. If we can put the Warhammer dolls aside for a moment, I'm curious whether the expectation is that the vanguard, now informed of their disposable status, should continue to pay membership fees and give up their time canvassing under the proviso that they keep their mouths shut. Because that's what he's saying. He's saying, we're not kicking you out, but if you stay, you're expected to keep your views to yourself. And he won't answer whether he expects them to keep paying fucking money to the party, because that's what they've been doing. I don't think they're going to be doing it for much longer. But
well, I'm not going to be paying them money. Like the whole reason, this is the rug pull Britain, because he responds to you down here. It's not looking blah blah blah. I doubt anybody is being ejected. Well, you just told them to fuck off, Sargon. You're just like, I'm not telling you to fuck off, but I don't care if you do fuck off, which is just like.
I'm not telling you to fuck off, but it would really be better for everyone if you fucked off.
Yeah. Jesus Christ, mate! Like what? Oh God, I can't. It's too big. I can't look at Twitter like this. I can't. I don't know. He does. I can't find the whole response. This is a problem with Twitter. It's just like it's all over the place. But yeah, dude. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot.
So what I think he's not appreciating is, because in his video he starts talking about like 1 million Facebook boomers that follow Rupert Lowe over there, right? Compared to a few thousand on Twitter. But, we've just had a taste of how many votes Restore can expect to get in a by-election as of right now, right? It's 3,100 votes. And to get that number of votes, that required a pretty intense canvassing and lobbying effort in the actual constituency. And who was doing that? Was it the Facebook boomers from all over the place, or was it the what he's calling the ethno-nationalist activists? It was the latter, for the most part. So if you're going to start insulting them, do you expect them to turn out for the next by-election or the next council elections or whatever it happens to be? I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. He's
not finding it very smart.
Yeah, he's not in a position to do this. This is not like Reform, who are way, way ahead of the polls. And, well, actually, I mean, this is the other breaking story, apart from this shit show. Apparently, Andy Burnham's going to get rid of first past the post. I mean, I don't know. This guy's just going to completely change the way the country's run. He wasn't even elected, but I mean, so who knows what's actually going to happen in the next election? But anyway, putting that aside,
he's going to do what? Is he going to do proportional representation?
Yeah,
or preferential.
Yeah, he's literally just going to completely transform the electoral system in this country.
They're going to try to dilute, use that to form a cordon sanitaire against Reform.
Yeah, some kind of giant left-wing coalition. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. It's like, it's amazing. Like,
whether he gets it across the line's another thing. That
not even elected, doesn't even have a manifesto. Of course, that didn't stop Keir Starmer. Like he did a bunch of things that weren't on his manifesto. It's just insane. No. It's just insane. It's absolutely insane.
The problem that you've got over there is it's still too far away from the next general election, and not that when I say the results. It's not the result isn't already known, but it's looking likely that Labor's going to be wiped out. So they've got 3 years to try to fight against that by doing shit like meddling with the voting system and flooding the place. Because wasn't what's her name? Shahbana Mahmood or whatever it is. She's going to be paying people to have asylum seekers live in their houses now. You see that? 350 quid a week, British, you could get if we can line you up with a nice Ukrainian refugee, 23, fit.
Oh, wow. Oh, can I get a girl?
Yeah, we can get you a little mail order bride if you like. But no, like who knows where these people are going to be coming from? But that's the thing. Like apparently it was a scheme that was in place for the Ukrainian refugees that she's going to expand out to places all over the world.
Oh man, yeah, I really missed out on the Ukrainian bride refugee thing. I should have got that. Yeah. Yeah, it's totally insane. Yeah, they're going to do everything to stop the reform wave. So I don't know, but anyway, I mean, back to the point. It's just like reform is in a position to say no to Steve Laws, but Restore isn't. Restore isn't, and they're going to rebel. And I mean, I've just been looking at Steve Laws's Twitter, and they haven't. He's saying, "Oh, hold the line," but the troops are not happy.
Which is very, very disappointing from Mr. Deportation, Steve Laws. He's coming across like a fucking punk bitch, if you ask me. Like it's ironic that Steve Laws doesn't even recognise when he's been deported. They've just deported him from the party. See you later, Steve. And he's still going, no, we can turn this around. I don't think you can.
Yeah, I don't think you can. I mean, the whole point of this thing was that we'd have a seat at the table. That was the whole point. I mean, that was the whole point for me. Nigel Farage said very clearly, doesn't want us, not interested, we don't want your votes. And so it's like, well, okay, I'll support the guy that does. And now the guy that does want my votes is telling me that he doesn't want my votes. It's like, well, okay, it's really kind of like a matter of dignity.
That's right. Yeah,
you got to have some.
When you're not wanted, and you're not wanted.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. We don't want you, so it's like, well, okay, you don't want us, so then we'll go somewhere else. That's it. I would give my money to some kind of party if I don't know, if Steve Law started a party, I'd join that probably, maybe.
He hasn't got the best track record, to be honest with you. This will be his 6th or 7th party in as many years.
Yeah.
Steve's back to Tommy Robinson posting, I see. SJJ put out a post and he said it restores the party of Tommy Robinson now, and he's right. It's going to become the party of Tommy Robinson and Lawrence Fox and the Gollywog, what's his name, Carlton Robertson, and then the rest of the circus. That's going to be what what Restore becomes. It's going to become the party of those United Kingdom rallies.
Yeah.
The next time Tommy does a demo, you're going to see Rupert Lowe in between the Marys doing the haka and the Africans twerking on stage.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah, that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for. The Tommy Tards. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. They took Steve Laws's energy, they took the Ethnac energy, built up the party, and now they're just going to segue into the Tommy Tard because it's safer. I mean, even got like Sargon banging on about, you're anonymous on the internet, we can't see your face, blah 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 blah. So it's just an attack on the Anon right as well.
Yeah, well, Kermit's Law is going to get him, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. But yeah, I mean, look, Carl should understand that blokes like you and me don't derive an income from talking about politics. We both actually have to work real jobs, and there's consequences for saying things that are pretty mild these days. So
yeah,
yeah,
12,000 people a year are arrested for hate speech in this country.
Yeah,
it's just like this flipping attitude, like, oh, you're anonymous on the internet, therefore you are 17 years old and you live in your mum's basement. We don't even have basements in this country, but whatever. Do you know what I mean? You're an incel. And etc. etc. It's like, no, mate, I work a job. I just don't want to lose my job. If my face is on the internet, I'll be unemployable, and I'll run the risk of being arrested for hate speech. That's what this is about. I pay my taxes. I'm an Englishman. I work and I pay my taxes. Like, why doesn't my opinion matter?
It'll be interesting to see if this has an impact on, let us see, Bladder said is subscriber numbers. I'm not sure that it will, but it might have a little bit, because if he's attacking Anons, he's also attacking his audience.
He's 100% attacking his audience. I mean, I want to see the response. Actually, let's look at this. Let's just browse through Twitter. Let's just see, what is Bo Dale saying? Bo, how do you spell his name?
He Dade, D-A-D-E.
Here you go. What's
he
he
cracked the
saying?
shits and blocked me a couple of weeks ago.
Did he block you? Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's all right, you know what I'm like, man.
Yeah, no response as of yet.
No, they'll be waiting to see which way the wind blows.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, they've got to follow Sargon's lead because he's their employer.
Yeah. Jeez,
Have you read my latest article, mate? The last dance of the homosexuals?
No, let's plug your let's plug
Read
it.
my blog, do you? You fucking prick.
I've read some of it. I'm trying to write a book, mate. I'm backed up. I actually started doing like
No one ever makes content. No one ever makes content. And when we
I
start-
know. I have honestly read some of your posts. I just haven't read all of them. Hang on, let me how can I do this? Sorry, I'm having a fucking moment.
This was just a quick response to Sargon told me to refute him or he's going to block me. So this is just a quick refutation of him. But yeah. So there's probably a better article if you want to go through one, but this is the current. Well, this was the current news until about
Hang on,
12
I'm
hours
having
ago.
a fucking boomer moment here. Let me just get my shit together. Stop screen. I know it says I'm not subscribed, but that's because I'm using a different.
It does not.
It's because I'm using a different.
No,
It's
I've
because
seen
I'm
them on
using a
subscribers. I know
different
you're
browser.
subscribed.
Okay,
I know
I
you're
use
subscribed. I understand.
Firefox usually, and I use Brave for this.
Yeah.
Anyway, here you go. This is
Yeah,
Flynn.
yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
like and subscribe. Blah. Do you want to walk us through your? It's a good mood.
Just play it if you just want to listen to it for a bit. It's only a couple of minutes.
Play it. What this?
Yeah, there's a text. There should be a text-to-speech feature in there. Sometimes it shows in the desktop and sometimes it doesn't, but it's definitely in the mobile one. But look, anyway, this is just a preamble. If you scroll down, what we've got here, I'm just going through it on mine too. We've sort of covered most of this. Let me just see if there's anything interesting in here.
What's going on with this story? The Spectator meeting.
All right, I'll walk you through that.
Yeah,
So-
Tom Harwood. Is he a homosexual? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, he's a poofter. Yeah, there's no doubt about that.
Right.
But yeah, no, so he put out a post saying, I chatted with Rupert Lowe last night at the Spectator party. Interestingly, he said he detests ethno-nationalism and has had to stamp on the young ethno-nationalist in his party, meaning Charlie Downs. He's expecting to go on Joe Rogan's podcast in a few days' time. We might hear more of this then. So, yeah, basically Tom Harwood just had a chance encounter at the Spectator party, and that's what Rupert Lowe told him. So that's what's kicked off this latest spat. This is the genesis of it. Now, people have been attacking Tom Harwood because he's a bit of a prick, and that's fair enough, but whether you like the guy or not, is what he said credible? And as I mentioned in the article, I find it credible because it's nothing Rupert Lowe hasn't said elsewhere.
Yeah.
He said these things on camera. Like, he can point out, you can go to YouTube and look and watch him say these things right now. So, but what's been happening to the Restore base is there's been a bit of a preference cascade where people have been cluing onto the fact that the party isn't what it was sold as. It really started with Rupert's initial disavowal of ethno-nationalism, and every time he goes on that got people's eyeballs focused on him, and every time he goes on one of these interviews, he makes it worse, right? So this has culminated in this Tom Harwood tweet, and it's blown up, and Sargon's decided that they have to address it.
Yeah.
So that's the story behind the Tom Harwood tweet.
This is the remember her? Saskia. Oh, I can't get over her name. How do you say her name? Saskia.
Saskia.
Yeah, the totty.
Yeah, the English rose, mate.
Yeah, the English Rose. Yeah.
Are you in
This
my?
is what she got in trouble for. White British proud, and got disinvited from a
Yeah.
sorry, stupid fucking name. Restore meeting. That was like the first gunshot, wasn't it? That was like, hang on a minute, hang on.
At the time, she got disinvited from a Restore Britain event for saying the word white.
Yeah. White
And
British proud.
This is a couple of months ago now. This is May. This is early May, so this is a while ago now.
Yeah.
I obviously wrote an article about it then. But yeah, so and this is the thing, the frustrating thing for a lot of us is we've been seeing and saying this stuff for months now, but it's taken a while for people to catch on because of the sunk cost fallacy. So you caught on a couple of weeks ago, or whenever it was, and there's more people who have caught on increasingly.
Yeah,
there's trouble brewing with this Joe Rogan interview. If Rupert does go on Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan, he was talking a couple of days ago about the Grooming Gang report, so he's obviously invited Rupert on to publicise that and discuss that, right? Which is all great, but if with millions of people watching him, Rupert again rebukes his own base, I reckon it's going to be lights out. I reckon they'll ban him. You'd have to be a real. You'd have to have like dog shit self-esteem to stick around after he disavows you like the third or fourth time. There will be something.
Yeah, or it'll just be the Tommy Tard thing.
Yeah.
It'll just be the Tommy Tard party, because Farage doesn't want the Tommy Tards, and Rupert does, and Tommy's got followers. Tommy's got hundreds of thousands of followers. So they're just going to segue into that, and they'll Reform will be the Tommy Tard party, and that's. I think SJJ's nailed it. It's kind of funny. To, like SJJ's like hardly paying attention. Maybe that's the beauty of like hardly paying attention to politics at all. Because it's like if you're watching, it's like you can't see the wood for the trees, But if you're like SJJ, just driving around the place doing your Yahoo delivery job, it's just like, yeah, that's it. It's a Tommy Tard party now.
I don't believe him for a minute. He's paying attention. He's driving around listening to a fucking podcast, mate. I said to him the other day that I look forward to his daily last ever post on politics.
His what? You look forward to what?
I said I look forward to your daily last ever post on politics.
Yeah, he's funny. Does he realise that, or is that an ongoing joke, or do you think he means it when he says that, or what do you think?
No, I think he means it, but I think he's like Al Pacino in Godfather 3, mate. Just when they think he was out, they pull him back in.
You're right.
Rupert Lowe does something stupid, and he can't help himself.
Can't help himself. Yeah. This is the thing. It's the old 4chan saying, and it's like once you're here, you never leave.
Yeah. Don't forget you're here forever. Whatever it was. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at Connor Tomlinson. No reply to the Sargon thing as of yet. So we'll just have to wait. We'll just have to wait to see the replies come in. They're all going to wait and see which way the wind blows, aren't they? Bunch of fucking grifters, a lot of them. What a bunch of cunts. Yeah, go on.
Let me bring up. We'll talk real politics for a second. If you go into the Reality Bites post.
What your thing, which I've just closed?
Yeah.
Alright, fucking. Right, hang on a minute.
Sorry, I'm clicking around at the same time too, mate.
Yeah, right. Let me find it again. Bush. Click. Share screen. Here we go. Right. This.
Yeah, scroll down to you see there's a graph a little bit down further. Yeah, that one. Just open that graph up so the audience can see it. Right. So this is the Macclesfield election results from 1983 when the constituency was created to now.
Yeah.
Now the narrative was that it was a bad result for Reform against expectations. Okay,
yeah.
And then according to Nigel's target of 18,000 votes, I suppose it was, But if you look historically, so the darker blue line's the Tory vote, obviously, and then you've got the teal restore. So reform's result came in at the higher end of the historical average, and that's with restore taking their 6% as well. So the result wasn't as bad as people thought for reform, in my opinion. But if we just to bring it back to what we're talking about today. 6.8% for restore is, on face value, a good result for a new party.
Yeah.
But the problem they've got is that they're promising to win a general election in 3 years. Right. So the reason why they're disappointed, and I think that's what we're starting to see, what we're seeing now out of Sargon, is for them to even be within a cooee of being able to win a general election, they had to come in a lot higher than that. Right, but they didn't. They came in at 6.8% with 3,100 votes. So what that means is, let's just say that they outperform at the next election and they increase their vote totals by 10%, which would be a really solid result. That's only going to take them to about 3,500 votes and about 7% of the vote, or whatever it is, right? So they're still nowhere near winning power. So I think that what might be happening is, they've looked at that result and they've thought, right, what we're doing isn't working based against what we hope to achieve in 3 years' time. So we're going to need to change tact here. And that's why I think they're going to lean towards the Tommy Tard, or even more just normie policy and normie messaging. And that's why we might be seeing this purge that we're seeing now.
Hang on. You lost me. Restore is making the plan to move towards the Tommy Tard thing because they faffed up in the Makerfield election. That's what you're saying, or you think?
Well, basically, yes. Because if you're, what I'm saying is, if your goal is to win a general election across the country in 3 years' time, you can't do that. You can't really do that against a sort of, never mind what they're polling or what their internal polls say, against an actual vote of 6.8%.
Yeah.
Right, you need exponential growth to be able to do that. So I think what they've decided is, they've gone away and thought about that result and, okay, what we're doing isn't working. We need to change what we're doing. And they've decided that change is going to be a pivot towards Tommy Tards and normies and away from the ethno-nationalist messaging that they've been relying on to this point.
Yeah. That's it,
and that's why and I think that's why you're starting to see this stuff coming out of low. And Downs hasn't said it as yet, but Sargon's come out and just blown the whole thing up.
Yeah,
he's been the hard man, delivering the message of thanks, but see you later to the ethno-nats.
Yeah,
because you've got to remember too that Connor Tomlinson jumped ship a week ago. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, he's had enough. So, yeah, it's fucked. It's fucked, mate. Yeah, that's what they're doing. I understand they're making the decision that they're making. It's tactics. I can see Sargon's logic. I really can, but it's just like, again, like you could have found a middle ground. This is the whole point. Like I keep saying, I keep repeating. We need a moderate English ethnic nationalism. We need to just say to people, we want England to be majority white. And Tommy Robinson should be able to agree with that. And his whole crowd should be able to agree with that. And the Steve Law's crowd should be able to agree with that. And everybody should be able to rally around the idea of keep England majority white. And that is a moderate ethnic nationalist point of view. And that solves everything. All the different opposing opinions can get reconciled, and then we're all moving behind the same flag. But, you know, what can I do? Nobody listens to me. I'm saying this stuff all the flipping time, and nobody listens to me. I mean, I understand Sargon's frustrations with the hard line, because I say this stuff all the time, and you get idiots on the internet, and they're like, oh, you're such a cuck. We need to kick them all out. And I've been saying, look, we need people to vote for us. You need a majority in order to get elected. Hello. We need something that's moderate. And, you know, they're like, no, I'm Steve Law's 1488. And it's like, no, you're a retard. So, I mean, I get his frustration. but you still need to have a flag that people can follow. You still need to have a coherent ideology which everybody can get behind. It's just that Sargon's not intelligent enough to see it, and so he's just decided, oh well, we'll just reject ideology altogether, and we'll just have an ad hoc thing. We'll make things up as we go along, which is just going to piss everybody off, and that's what he's chosen. So we've lost Orm. People in the chat, like, shout out whose Twitter account you want us to look at with you, because I can't, I just lose track. I mean, we've lost Orm.
Has Orm bailed out, has he?
Well, I don't know.
He's a sycophant.
He's posting this. I want to deport millions of brown people to secure the future of the British race and give thousands of evil foreigners the death penalty, but I would never call myself an ethnic nationalist. Like, he's getting fed up.
Yeah. You're starting to see that these people are giving themselves permission to criticise these guys publicly and go against the mob.
Yeah, it's just
they're in a bit of a death spiral.
Yeah, we've lost. I don't know. We've pretty much lost Landur. Right, let's see what Landur has to say then. 23 minutes, fresh tweet, guys. Carl has a point about vanguards being disposable. He also has a point about nationalists being a smaller part of the party than they think. What he misses is that also a larger part of the party than Rupert thinks, especially in terms of motivation to canvass, because they're the more concerned, anxious about the future people. They're the ones on the ground. They're also the younger ones. That's why Restore has way more people canvassing than Reform did, despite Reform being a much larger party of Facebook boomers. You need the young men on your side, right? Another thing Carl misses is that a good commander doesn't just... Exactly, this is your point. Another thing Carl misses is that a good commander doesn't just willfully kill his vanguard. They are a piece to be potentially sacrificed for the greater good where required. What is the current requirement to abandon them other than a few media hit pieces? Yeah. So he's responding to this. I don't know who this is. Abs.
Can we stop
Babe.
all the military analogies? Like, I mean, these guys are podcasters. They're not fucking generals.
Yeah. So we've lost this bit of Totty. I don't know what her name is, but we've lost Abs. You're not important enough. It would be better if you just fucked off. Yeah, I'm done. Fuck him. Yeah. This is what people are going to say. So we've lost Abs. Shout out in the chat. Who do you want us to look at? Anybody? Nobody's saying in the chat. Okay. Who should we look at?
It's still
SAS?
ongoing, really.
SAS? What's her name? Saskia.
Saskia.
Saskia. Only 865 posts. Does she just delete her posts all the time? So we've gone from we don't care to fuck off. This is what we need, guys. I mean, this is, look, come on.
I have here in the United Kingdom is my mouth to speak the truth, and even that could be used against me. People are going to prison for it. So, I don't really care what this article had to say. I mean, I was interviewed for it. Over the phone, I said what I had to say.
Yeah, I got no idea what she's saying, but I mean, I want her on my team, guys.
No, she'll respond. The last time there was a controversy, she took a day or two to respond. She's because she goes away and provides like a more considered response, which is good.
Yeah.
So I don't think she'll be fooled.
Yeah.
She put out a critical message the last time around saying, "I'm not sure what Restore stands for anymore. Can someone help me understand?" Basically. Yeah. So she won't be impressed.
Guys in the chat, you're not giving me names. Who do you want us to look at on Twitter? Nobody's giving me any names. Okay, guys. Well, that's that then.
I might tap out, mate. I'm not feeling the best. I'm
not feeling a bit good either. Do you know what? I think my milk is curdled. You know when you make a coffee and then it's like, so. I think my milk is curdled. Connor, we've looked at Connor already. It's all slop. Okay, it's all slop. Yeah, we've looked at Connor already. Yeah, you guys in the chat, you just... my man is HT Handsome Truth. No one else has the answers. Okay, well, we will look at HT Handsome Truth just for you. HT.
No, don't. He's a wignet fuckhead, mate. If you play one of his videos, you'll get your channel banned.
Okay.
He's one of these guys that walks around saying racial slurs to people.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure that's the guy.
What's the northerner guy again? Lotus Heater's northerner young guy. What's his name? My mind's going blank.
Oh, Harry Robinson.
Let's see what hardcore Harry Robinson has to say.
I think that's his name. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, that's it.
He's going to wait. No, they're all going to wait. They're all going to wait.
Don't expect anything out of a Lotus Eater that's not the party line.
Yeah. So, I mean, the other thing that nobody's talking about is the fact that Charlie Downs came out and said he wants to rejoin the European Union. Like, everybody seems to have just let that one slide. So...
Looks like Restore's going to turn into Reform Light plus rejoining the EU. That's where it's headed.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
All right,
Jesus,
I'm gonna watch it.
All right, you want to watch that? I'm gonna end. Hang on, I'm gonna end this on one edit, which has just popped up, and then we'll end the video. Don't worry. This edit popped up. I thought it was well. I think they kind of faffed the edit at the end, but it's a pretty good edit. People are going to make more edits like this. We'll end on this, and then thanks for coming on, Flynn, and we'll just end on this.
The Twitter FNATs are not the base of Restore. Placating you is not on anyone's agenda. You're not important, I'm afraid. You are a small group of people who are just making a nuisance of yourselves. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, look, I've made a little meme. Who cares? I just don't care. Pathetic. The FNATs are not going to win it. You have to know your place. You're not important, I'm afraid. Honestly, it'd probably better if you just fucked off.
I have never said we should deport people who are here legally. That's not something I think we should be talking about.
You've been stabbed? Whereabouts? Don't think you have, mate.
I don't think intellectually I'm against immigration.
Bend the knee. If you can't do that, then you will be sacrificed. You'll just be let go.
I detest far-right ethno-nationalist or neo-Nazism.
Rupert Lowe is not an ethnat. He's not like a nationalist.
I am not against immigration. I'm literally pro-immigration.
I can see the whole fucking field, and I'm telling you, you are a small group of people who are just making a nuisance of yourselves. What use are you?
Jesus Christ. Yeah. I thought it was that got me going, dude. That gave me shivers. I gotta say, that gave me some fucking shivers. It's just like, what the fuck are we doing here? What the fuck are we doing here? We got gangs of black people just murdering, beating up whites in the streets. We've got people getting stabbed. We've got people getting murdered. And we've got fucking Sargon just dicking around. Oh, well, ethno-nationalism isn't even a thing. Like, could you just fuck off? We've just had enough of this shit. It's just unbelievable.
He's always been a fucking clown, mate.
It's a fucking clown. It's just a fucking clown. It's a joke. Can we get someone serious? Our country is being conquered. Everything that we love is going to be completely destroyed. Can we have some adults in the room, please, to deal with this shit? Anyway, whatever. Anyway, thanks for coming on, mate, and I hope you get over your flu. And yeah, what a fucking shit show. All right, buddy.
All right, take it easy.
All right, cheers, bye. Unbelievable. Just fucking...